What we're trying to do at National Pork Board is to make this pork industry better for the next generation. And we're trying to connect with consumers, we're trying to meet them where they are and give them what they want. And we've done a lot of research at National Pork Board in the last couple of years. We call it segmentation, but basically in my simple words, it's understanding the consumers, understanding who buys pork from us, why they buy it, what motivates them, how often they buy it, what type of products they buy, just what inspires them, and to use that research to give them what they want. So when I think about pork, I think about taste and flavor, and that's something that really came out in this research. And another thing that came out, and it really connected with me, is food is love. I think we all have comfort foods that we grew up eating. When we get together for family events, we like to make dishes that our moms and our grandmas made. And to me, I've always had this little challenge with my younger brother, and partly it's because we love what my mom always made. My mom was a really good cook, but we'd always fight over that last piece of anything. And I would always say there's so much love in this piece, I'm eating this one. And that's what the consumer segmentation really showed me, is that a lot of consumers, when they're looking at what to feed their family, a lot of it is food is love, and they love the taste and flavor of pork, and they have a certain way they like to cook it and season it and prepare it and serve it. And that's a lot of what we learned with our research. One thing I learned being on National Pork Board, and you have to remember I'm a producer, so I spent my life raising pigs and caring for pigs and working with pigs. And I got on the National Pork Board and I saw how human nutrition was a big part of our industry. And we have some amazing staff people on the National Pork Board showing that pork is one of the most nutrient-dense products you can consume, and it is good for child development all the way through cognitive health of the elderly. And everything we say at National Pork Board has to be backed by research. But sometimes you get in conversations and a light bulb goes off in my head. And one of those was in a conversation I had in a dinner, and I ended up sitting by Dr. Dermot Hayes from Iowa State University, a professor that grew up in Ireland in the time of a famine. And he was telling me the story that when he was in grade school, there were a lot of kids in his class that were smaller, more frail. They had a hard time learning. But then when he went off to college and university in the United States, and he took some human nutrition classes and some brain development psychology classes, tried to understand the human body, he's like, oh my gosh, those kids didn't have the nutrients that they needed for their bodies to develop. They didn't have a chance in life to become the person that they wanted to be because they didn't have the nutrition. And the light bulb went off, like, man, we're doing all this human nutrition research, and here's somebody telling me firsthand the difference that it makes. Amazing story, and when I say we as pork producers help feed the world, and we're proud of that, and I don't want anybody in the world not to have that chance to have a full life and have the nutrition they need. National Pork Board is working with our retail partners, developing innovative products. And one of our success stories is the Copa style steak that Walmart has added to their product line. It's a new product made from what we call the money muscle. It's one of the most tender parts of the pig, comes from the butt, and it's a product that barbecuers, people that like to smoke their pork, really value. And so Walmart took this and developed a product called the Copa Steak, and it's been a success story. It's been a great product. It's something that we'd love everybody to try, and it's an example of our industry working with retail closely, and you can get it at your local Walmart store. The Copa Steak promotion with Walmart started with 150 stores, and it was such an amazing success that they've expanded it to another 150 stores. A great example of Checkoff dollars at work. I've been asked before what my leadership style is. I think if I had to explain it, it would be surrounding myself with the best people that I can, learning their expertise, learning what their talents are, learning what their passions are, and determining how to best utilize those passions and expertise, and then giving them the tools that they need so they can excel in what they do. And when I look at leading the board, that's my goal there, is to have an engaged board, that I give them what they need to provide strategy and direction to the National Pork Board staff. And that's our goal. That's our role as a Pork Board member, is to give strategy and direction. And we have an amazing staff at National Pork Board. They're passionate. The level of expertise is unmatched. And it's our job to give them the tools that they need so they can excel. I'm excited about the future. I'm excited about what we're doing, and I'm here to make a difference. We've had great leaders before us at National Pork Board, and it's interesting that it seems like when we really need a leader that has expertise and passion in an item that's dearly needed in our industry, one pops up, and that's why I explained Bob Ruth. His passion for marketing pork and learning the consumer, and the passion for the people in the industry, that's what I'm taking from Bob, and that's what I'm hoping I can continue on during my term, is to take what he started, because we need to increase the demand for pork in the United States. We know that. We're shrinking a little bit with the domestic demand. We know my generation, baby boomers, we eat a lot more pork than the younger generation. We're learning how to connect with the younger generation. We're learning what their concerns are, what their desires are. We know they want convenience. We know they eat pork differently than we eat pork. They want taste and flavor, they want value, and we're learning how to better connect with them. Bob started us down this road, and I'm really excited about the future.